September 14th, 2006. Phone that hasn't answered in 5 months suddenly rings when Alexis calls. 3 chimes, then dead air. The carrier log will call it a ghost page. Network machinery looking for a handset that isn't there. But for the family, the sound is oxygen, new life, a noise that says not gone, just away. This is where our story resumes, not at the bar door, but at a ripple in time that just won't settle. Tonight we open the theories that won't die, the rumors that should, and the practical steps that would actually move this open case file forward. We will name the limits of technology in 2006, and we'll show you what today can do that yesterday couldn't. This is the Midnight Mystery Archive, and this is part 2 of the Brian Shaffer case. Alexis hears 3 rings. The billing record shows a brief connection to a tower in Hilliard, 14 miles northwest of the bar where Brian was last seen. Engineers will later tell the family that the call did not reach a powered handset. In GSM networks, the switch can page a subscriber across multiple towers, and briefly, the caller hears ringing even when the device does not. It's the system essentially saying, "I'm looking." That explanation is correct, but it's also extremely unsatisfying. So tonight we pull it apart carefully. A ghost page has signatures. No return handshake from the handset. No registration update. The call ends without a voicemail data stamp on the target device. Those markers are consistent here. But a ghost page also narrows the world. If a powered device had taken the page, it would have updated location. It did not. So the ring does not prove alive, but it does strongly argue not present. Police canvass the ring zone that night. Gas stations, motel desks, dumpsters, and there's nothing. The family learns a grim math. One anomalous sound without support is not evidence, just torment. Still, they will play those 3 tones in their heads for years. Circles matter in disappearances. Here's the inner one, Brian. His roommate, Clint Florence. Their friend, Meredith Reed. His girlfriend, Alexis Wagner. His father, Randy, and his brother, Derek. The last confirmed images show Brian at 1:55 a.m. stepping back inside the Ugly Tuna after chatting with 2 women. Clint and Meredith appear on camera exiting later, and Brian doesn't. Clint's attorney advises him to decline a polygraph. He follows that advice. In America, refusing a polygraph is not a confession or an admission of anything. Polygraphs are not admissible in many courts and can be misread due to grief or shock, which can show up as deception. But in the open court of rumor, the refusal becomes a key plot point. We acknowledge the gravity of suspicion, and we park it on the curb unless evidence moves it. Meredith gives statements. Alexis gives interviews. Randy organizes searches. Derek becomes the family's steady voice, measured, specific, and often tired. The gravity that accumulates around a case like this pulls hardest on people nearest the last frame. We will not name a suspect, the record does not. Next, we're going to jump into some of the theories around what happened to Brian, and we'll start with the accident theory. Behind the stage, a corridor under renovation, plywood spines, exposed wiring, a 20-foot refuse chute to a dumpster. The accident theory is simple. Alcohol plus darkness plus a misstep. What complicates it is forensics. Falls that kill inside unfinished spaces leave evidence, and usually lots of it. Impact blood, tissue on protrusions, scuff marks on plywood, a broken guard, fibers at snag point. Cleanup crews log unusual odors or the presence of bodily fluids. Dogs alert at the lip of a chute. Transfer stations note loads that spit back more weight than drywall should. And none of that appears here. Could a compactor truck absorb and erase? In the abstract, sure it could. But trash route audits that week do not show overweight pulls. No worker report flags an incident. The accident door stays open only because the cameras looked away, not because the environment whispered a fall. The other theory is the foul play hypothesis. Imagine a 90-second window, 1:55 to 1:57 a.m. A quick confrontation in the service corridor, a chokehold, a stun, or compliance under threat. A body moved through a freight door and into an idling vehicle in the loading bay. Could it happen? Yeah. Would it be easy? Probably not. Closing time is noisy, but it's not blind. To succeed, a crew needs timing, familiarity with the layout, and luck. The alley cameras that night? Offline for maintenance. Bad luck that favors the bad guys. The evidence that should complement such a plan? Panic calls, trace transfers, an odd purchase trail. None of it emerges, nor does a witness describe any sort of struggle. Police neither name nor clear any private individual publicly. We follow that posture, examine mechanism without declaring a villain. The foul play door remains slightly ajar because it can be engineered, but an engineered event usually leaves engineered waste, and we have seen none of it. The next theory is the walkaway. Remember Renee, Brian's mother, passed away on March 6th. Friends remember Brian calling life paper thin. Voluntary disappearance lives in that phrase. The desire to step out of a narrative you can no longer carry. But to disappear in 2006 and stay gone in 2025 means dodging a lattice of systems. Finances, no bank or credit use in 19 years. Identity, there's no passport scan, no name match on leases or utilities, no Social Security reportable wages. Medical, no insurance claims, no ER records under a Social Security number. Communication, no authenticated activity from his number or email after April 2006. People who walk away often surface at the points of necessity. They need work to pay for their lives. They need medicine because they're sick. They need housing. And this file doesn't show any of those points. Could he have left the country by land and lived cash only? Could he have joined a community that uses names lightly and jobs paid in cash? Sure. But even those lives graze databases eventually. Tickets, clinics, taxes, marriages, citations. Silence this complete is virtually non-existent. Another theory that arises in Brian Shaffer's story arrived with a logo, the Smiley Face killer theory. College-age men in the upper Midwest, nights out, bodies found in water, graffiti nearby. It is tidy. Brian's case resists a pattern. No graffiti, no body in water, no last tracking step toward the river. Humans are good at connecting dots and bad at refusing to draw lines when dots are scarce. Folklore attaches to open cases because folklore can end a story when evidence cannot. We log the pattern, but in this case we have to let it go. There is no solid evidence tying Brian's disappearance to the Smiley Face killer, or any other killer for that matter. As we come to the close of 2025, where does Brian's file sit today? Simply, the box labels are dry. Interviews, receipts, tips, media, video. Inside are human voices and dead ends, and occasionally a small click forward. Detectives have repeatedly said they keep 3 working theories. They do not publish them. We have simply walked the same 3 paths. Age-progressed composites are refreshed. April timelines are rechecked every anniversary. Tips arrive at a slow, stubborn rate. Nothing here feels like a clean break to closure. This is not unusual. Most open cases age by sediment, not by eruption. Here's the section we owe the family, and anyone who might one day face what they faced. What, specifically, would change the case's posture now? 1. Video reprocessing. Super resolution on original analog captures, with frame interpolation to stabilize the PTZ sweeps, photogrammetry to model the corridor and entrance sight lanes. This could either expose an unnoticed movement or finally bracket the blind wedge. 2. Trash route reconstruction. Retrieve archival route sheets, wait station slips, and transfer station logs from that week. Map travel times, compaction cycles, and landfill cells. Identify whether a targeted cadaver dog sweep is feasible. Practically difficult this far out, but not always impossible. 3. Re-interviews with construction staff, focused on anomalies, odor complaints, after-hours access, missing tools, broken guards. 4. Forensic cross-checks. Retest saved corridor samples with modern touch DNA and ultra-sensitive proteomics. Reswab any salvaged guard edges. Consider environmental DNA if debris from the site exists in storage. Financial and identity audit. Run Brian's identifiers through the latest national wage benefits and identity theft datasets. Check for near-miss identities, similar date of births, with partial matches that can indicate alias use. Tip triage modernized. Structured database for tips using simple, consistent fields. Date, place, proximity to known associates. Supporting artifact. Use an analyst to cluster by pattern rather than volume. These are not silver bullets. They are the steps that turn what if into yes or no. The first episode ended at a doorway where the camera looked away. This one ends with a ring that said nothing, yet it said everything. Renee's absence bent the weeks leading up to that night. Brian's absence bent the years that followed. Columbus changed the bar sign, but the story still has the same entrance. This case does remain open, and local authorities continue to investigate. This has been the story of Brian Shaffer, who disappeared from the Ugly Tuna Saloona in Columbus, Ohio in 2006. This has been the Midnight Mystery Archive. Find us wherever you get your podcasts. Make sure to follow us on TikTok, where I dive deeper into some of the cases that we cover and some of the specific details presented in the podcast. We look forward to our next episode, when we will look at the Fort Worth Trio. Until next time.